Hello and welcome again to VW Feast. Today we're going to cook Char Sui fried rice. This is a special request for Shin. So in your fried rice you can have any type of protein, but what we're going to do is we're going to make some Char Sui pork. So we have pork tenderloin into large chunks, we have some chopped ginger, sugar, chopped garlic, sticky honey, sesame oil, dark and light soy sauce, hoisin sauce, mirin, and here optional red food coloring to give you that authentic Chinese takeaway feel. So stick the VW into turbo and just put all the ingredients into a tub. Let the honey just drain nicely, and we're going to marinate up this pork. As I said, you can have any protein you like in fried rice. Chicken goes very well, prawns, anything you want, whatever your flavor. What you do have to make sure is that it's cooked through, so either very small pieces in the chicken, or here we're going to actually cook the Char Sui pork before. So coat those fillets with that wonderful unctuous marinade and leave overnight. When you're ready, you just take the Char Sui pork and stick it in the oven. That's a bit of freeform filming we were trying. Maybe too many glasses of wine. Then halfway through, just make sure it doesn't dry out. You can tip on a little bit more of that marinating liquid just to make sure it stays nice and juicy. As you can see, beautiful barbecued pork. Then, when it's cooked, obviously just check to make sure it's cooked through. We're just going to leave that to cool down a bit. You could even set it aside and cook your fried rice later. Yes, definitely a bit too much wine. Right, so for the fried rice we have got the light and dark soy sauce again. We have some oil, some beaten eggs, some rice, and best to use day-old rice, salt, ginger, spring onions. And what we're going to do is first of all take one of these bits of Char Sui and really bring it down to small bite-sized portions. Just pepper the rice. As you can see, that's still beautiful and juicy, but cooked completely through. Didn't quite get that really exciting redness that you sometimes see in less salubrious Chinese restaurants in the UK, but still a pleasing colour. If only we had smell-o-vision. Okay, now grab your wok because we're going to be frying rice. So wok, really hot oil, and in goes the ginger. As you can see, we haven't quite got it up to temperature yet. Eventually that should start to fizz nicely. This gives you a nice gingery flavour through the rice. Yes, day-old rice, definitely the best one. If it's too fresh, it doesn't seem to cook quite as well. It's that rice that's been cooked and cooled seems to be the one that's best for then taking on the oils and all the flavors. And then obviously combine that through. The VW's very gently doing this, coating each one of those grains with that beautiful oil and ginger mix. Certainly when we watch authentic chefs doing it, there's an awful lot more movement. It seems to be very, very exciting. And often with huge flames everywhere. However, we don't quite have that sort of kitchen, so we're doing it gently. And those other flavors going into there. Some soy and some salt. Now just mix it all through, get every grain coated with this. If you feel it's getting a bit too hot, do as the VW does and just lift it off the heat for a minute. But just get all that mixed through. It seems to be absorbing quite a lot of the oil. But having put a bit more oil, what we're then going to do is add the egg. Multiple different techniques for doing this. I've even seen almost like an omelette prepared before, shredded and then just stirred through. What the VW is doing is sort of quite close to that. It's sort of creating a little pool and just making a sort of omelette or scrambled eggs, which will then work through the rice. I favour another one, which is with slightly less egg, just to cook it almost in the rice, like a sort of spaghetti carbonara, just keep moving it through. But all methods are valid. Just need to make sure it's cooked and combined. Yep. And with that, so now just combine it all through the rice. So you get beautiful fluffy pieces of egg with every bite. Back in goes the char sui. And here's where the VW and I had a big argument. I like peas in mine, but VW wouldn't hear of it, so the spring onions go in. Working that around. And there we have it. Beautiful char sui egg fried rice. Especially for Shin. Enjoy.